Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Karen Batty. I am a senior director with the Pampered Chef. If you are watching this video, it's probably because you were curious and wanted to learn a little bit more about the business. So I encourage you to grab a pen and paper, because as we go along, I'm liable to answer many of your questions, but you know what? You might have a few more that are spurred on by the information, and you can jot those questions down and then follow up with the person who invited you to be here to watch this video to get clarification, and maybe even sign up if you decide it's something you want to do. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Pampered Chef and kind of how the business works and how to get started. So I have with me, Michelle Weinstein's on here. Also,
hi, Karen. Hello.
Hi. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is, kind of why people consider the Pampered Chef. And you can see by this flyer here that, there's 4 basic reasons why people are sort of drawn to this business and are curious about it. Number 1 is the money. Most people, even if that's not the main reason why they're here, they definitely want to know about the money. And the national show average is $641 per party. That means the average consultant, depending on how much you make, you're making about $130 to $150 per party. Not bad when you consider that's just a few hour shift. It's not an 8 to 10 hour shift. But you get to work when you want. You get to be your own CEO. You don't have a boss when you become a Pampered Chef consultant. You are your own boss. You decide when you work, and you decide how much you want to work. Some people do this business a couple times a month, to make an extra $300 to $400, to maybe pay down credit card debt, maybe make a car payment, pay for a trip they couldn't otherwise have, maybe save up for something like a wedding or down payment on a house, whatever. Other people do this a couple of times a week for a steady second income that they can count on. There's other people doing it 4 to 5 times a week, and it's entirely up to you. Plus, it's fun. There are a lot of ways to make money, but arguably none of them are quite as much fun as we get to have with Pampered Chef. And speaking of flexibility, our shows can be done in many ways. Maybe you came to this business because you went to a live cooking show, and we certainly do those. But now we have so much more flexibility because we can do online parties as well, virtual parties right on Facebook. And with online ordering these days, it's so easy to have a very thriving business without even having to leave your house very often at all. Okay. And one of the greatest things about becoming a Pampered Chef consultant is you are your own business owner, but you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We don't just, give you a kit and pat you on the back and say, hey, good luck. We hope those shows work out for you. You get free training right alongside. It's included in the cost of the kit. There's online training that is available so that the training is as flexible as the business. You can take it in little bite-sized pieces, or you can devour it all at once. It's entirely up to you and what your schedule is like. And because it's online, it's available to you 24/7. But then also your recruiter, your trainer, is available for coaching as well, to clarify the training that you saw and to help you match that training with what you want for your business. So, and in the bottom right-hand corner of this page, you'll see the picture of our home office. It is in Chicago, Illinois, and it is the size of 10 football fields. So when I say you're in business for yourself but not by yourself, I really mean it. We are backed by that home office. And that home office, it staffs people who are working on product development. They're working on recipe development. They're working on sending out orders, handling returns, things like that. They are there to make us look good and to make our jobs easy. Because of our distribution center, we do not carry an inventory. This is really, really huge. That means when you get your kit, you don't have to then turn around and buy thousands of dollars worth of Pampered Chef products and store them in your kitchen, your basement, your garage or whatever, and hope that you sell them to people. Also, it means we don't sort and deliver our orders. Okay, so that gives us incredible flexibility as to where we do our shows and how we do our shows. We don't just have to sell to people who live near to us so that we can hand them products out of our inventory. People can place orders from anywhere in the U.S. or even overseas if it's on some kind of base, a Navy base, Army base, some kind of military base. Pampered Chef will ship anywhere. So that means if you've got family that lives in California or a friend that lives in Hawaii, those people can still have parties for you. They can have virtual parties or catalog parties, and they can earn host rewards, and you can earn commission. Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Michelle, do you have anything to add to that I might have?
I think you covered it all.
Okay. All right. Anybody curious about the money you can make? The Show Me the Money page is next. We all start with a 20% commission. However, there are many consultants who never make 20%, because if you look at this chart, as soon as you've sold over $750 in a month, then your commission rate goes up to 22%. And remember, I said the national show average is 641. So that means if you're doing just a couple of parties a month, you're probably going to be selling over 750. At the $1,250 mark, that's about maybe 3 to 4 shows a month. You'll be making 23%. If you're submitting about $2,500 a month, that's about 5 to 6 parties, making 24%. And 7, 8 shows a month, just 2 shows a week on average, that means you're making a 25% commission. And if you read that fine print at the bottom, it says that when you reach $15,000 in your career, then your base pay goes up to 22%, and it goes up from there. So my first month in business, 20 years ago, I averaged about $98 of income per party. But just about 6-7 months later, because I had hit my $15,000 in career sales and my show average was higher, because anything that we do more often, we get better at, I was making over $200 per party. I had never given myself a 100% raise in such a short period of time. Anybody ever get a 100% raise? Anybody? Rather rare. And to be able to go out of my house and make a couple of $100 in just a few hours with no daycare costs was an amazing thing for my family. And again, it's up to you then. You decide how many parties you want to do and whether you want them to be live parties or virtual parties or whatever. You don't have to ask anybody for a week off. You make your own schedule. Pretty sweet, huh? Okay, but the money doesn't have to stop there. Unlike corporate America, where you kind of have to wait for someone to die or retire in order to get a promotion, you don't have to think to yourself, when is Karen or Michelle or when are they going to, retire so I can, become a director or a trainer with the Pampered Chef? Well, guess what? Anybody can become a consultant, and anybody can be in the management position as well. If that is something that interests you, definitely talk to your recruiter about that. Because if you would like to make a full-time income from your part-time business, then being part of our management structure is the way to go. And that just means when you're out there already doing your virtual and live parties and you're connecting with people, it just means you put the business opportunity out for them to take advantage of. And for the ones who are curious and want to join your team, you invite them to do that. And when you do that, you can make a whole lot more money. A brand new director with just 5 people on their team is usually looking at an extra $300 to $500 a month in their income, but that can go up to thousands of dollars a month as time goes on and you build your team larger. And as you can see here, the sky's the limit. And there are also other incentives that we earn, like free products, free trips, and cash bonuses. Speaking of cash bonuses, there's a fast track that is available to all new consultants. If you decide you want to get on board and you're thinking that doing a couple shows a week, maybe 2 shows a week is something that's for you, then you are going to probably be putting yourself in front of enough people to earn this fast track incentive. I kind of I'm uncomfortable with the name fast track because it gives people the impression sometimes that you have to hop on board and start working really quickly and diligently. But I always say that fast refers to the results that you can get, not the speed with which you need to work. If you put in about an 8 to 10 hour work week from the time that you start, then you could definitely be looking at this fast track incentive, which you can earn an extra $500 to $2,000 cash incentive. So if you're thinking to yourself that 2 parties a week is something that you'd like to strive for, then you definitely need to talk to your recruiter about the fast track. Get more information about that, because you might decide that that's something you want to go for. Okay. Now, when some people think about this business, sometimes they think, but is now the right time, or should I hold off? Well, I always say that, life is such that there's never a perfect time, right? Life is, the ducks are never perfectly all in a row. But right now, it is the fall. This is the beginning of our fall selling season, which makes it a fantastic time to be a consultant. People are baking. They're getting ready for the holidays. I always say it's kind of one big holiday, starting at Halloween, going right through to New Year's. There's a lot of food involved, a lot of baking involved, a lot of celebrating around meal times, and a lot of gift giving going on. So that just means it's a great time to become a consultant, because our products are in even higher demand than they are the rest of the year. Although every day people eat and prepare meals. So there really isn't a slow time of business. We have business all year long, but definitely in the fall, that bumps up with the holidays. And Pampered Chef has sweetened the pot this month. If you decide you want to give the business a try, and that's all it is, a try, you try it out for 30 days, you do a few shows with your family and friends to just try us on for size. That's it. That's all you're committing to. If you've ever joined a gym, that's a bigger commitment than joining the Pampered Chef. If you've ever volunteered to be a Cub Scout leader, that's a way bigger commitment than joining the Pampered Chef. So you try it out for a few parties and you see how you like it. And if you start this month and you sell just $1,250 in your first month of business, and you know now that the national show average is $641, so $1,250 is about 2 average shows. But if you're new and you're thinking, you might not be up to quite the show average, if you throw in a third party, then you're pretty much assured you're going to hit your $1,250, and that's in 30 days. The Pampered Chef is going to give you our Stoner pie plate with the pie server and our brand new, really hot, like everybody loves it, whipped cream maker. That thing is amazing. So you'll have these in your kitchen. If you sign this month, you'll have these in your kitchen in probably a few weeks' time for the upcoming holidays. And that is in addition to the commission that you make, as well as the free products that you earn. Okay, so if you're thinking to yourself, okay, that sounds great, how do I get started? Well, it's super easy. The first thing you do is you decide which kit you want. We've got 3 kits available. Starting on the far right, says starter kit, $109. $450 worth of Pampered Chef products. So when I was new, and I was pretty nervous, and I was pretty sure this wouldn't be a good fit for me because I was very shy and I couldn't cook, and we didn't have the internet back then, so there was no such thing as online parties, or I would have been all over them. But I was thinking to myself, wow, the worst that can happen is I'm going to do a few shows with my family and friends, and I'm going to fall flat on my face and I'm going to leave. But I will have all of these products in my kitchen for like the rest of my life. I still have the pizza stone that came in my kit 20 years ago. Use it all the time. So $109, $450 worth of products. I don't know about you guys, but I spend well over $109 in the grocery store every week. And usually 4 days later, I have absolutely nothing to show for it. Our deluxe kit, that's the one in the middle, $159. It's over $650 worth of products. If you look closely, you squint, and you look at the right-hand side of that deluxe kit, you will notice a rock crock in there. Now, the rock crock alone is over $100 if you were just going to buy it. So if you're thinking you'd like these products in your kitchen, why would you not just order a kit and do a few shows? your kit will pay for itself in a show or two, and you'll have all these products to keep. And then there's the ultimate kit. For just $249, you're getting over $1,000 worth of products. Hello, the rock rocks in there, our grill pan and press, that large round stone with handles, you name it, it's in there. You'll start your business with the hottest products on the market. No matter what kit you pick, Pampered Chef just redesigned these kits so that you've got products that very good chances are your friends don't have yet, because these are the hottest, newest products. No matter what kit you choose, you don't just get the products that you see here, but you get catalogs, order forms, survey slips, training materials. You get everything you need to launch your business. You get access to a special part of the Pampered Chef website called Consultants Corner. On Consultants Corner are all of our support materials. You have PC University on there. That's going to be where you're visiting very often your first month in business for all your training. It comes included. You don't have to pay extra for that. It's like going to college for free. Also on there are more recipes you could make in 5 lifetimes, all the support materials for any theme shows that you want to offer. It's all on there. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. This is all included no matter what kit that you get. And then the second step is choose a kickoff date. Most consultants, when they start off, we recommend that you start off by hosting a couple parties of your own. At that kickoff party, get this, you are going to be the consultant earning all the commission and the host earning all the free product. Pretty sweet, huh? So not only do you get the products that are in your kit, but you'll be able to add to your kit right away. And the reason why we suggest a kickoff date is because then you can use either a small portion of your host rewards or an item that maybe you're going to have a duplicate of, because maybe you're looking and you're thinking, oh, I've already got that batter bowl and now a new one's coming in my kit. You can reserve that new one and use it as a raffle to launch your business. And you tell people, just for coming to your kickoff party, they're going to get a ticket into the raffle. But for every friend that they bring that you didn't know, that you didn't invite, they're going to get 5 extra tickets. So this kickoff party is really going to help you get the word out about your business, not just the people who already know you, but hopefully help you start branching out to beyond your family and friends circle right away. And then it builds from there. You know, people at the party, they see the products, they use them, they cook with them, or if it's a virtual party, they're watching videos of the products in action, they're hearing or seeing comments from other people who own the products about how great they are, and they decide that they want to purchase a few. But sometimes, very often, there are people there who think, oh my goodness, I want everything. And you let them know what's in it for them if they have a party, and usually at each of our parties, there's a few people who want to have parties of their own, and then it branches out from there. So that's it in a nutshell. And like I said, if you're thinking you've got extra questions, get in touch with the person who invited you to be here to get those questions answered. But otherwise, if you're ready to get started, I say pick out a kit and go for it. And I wish you great luck. And I hope to see you at upcoming trainings. If you're still on the fence right now, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, but I just don't know. Well, you know what? You're never going to know until you try. And if you have a child who came to you and said, oh, I'm thinking about taking the clarinet. I really want to do it, but I'm just not sure it'd be any good. Should I try? Would you say to that child, no, you shouldn't? I mean, you know, until you know you're going to be good at it, you should never try anything new. You know what? Anything that's scary, you shouldn't do it. You should just live your life right inside your comfort zone and never try anything new. No, of course not. You wouldn't say that. You'd say, you know what? Give it a try. Sure. You know, you give it an honest try. And if it's not your thing, you don't have to play the clarinet for the rest of your life. And it's the same thing with Pampered Chef. Give it a try. The worst that can happen, and I swear to you, the worst that can happen, is that you're going to end up with probably a few $100s worth of cash in your pocket and a kitchen full of Pampered Chef products that you will have for years to come. If you love it, then the sky's the limit. So I encourage you, jump in, give it a try. The water's great. All right. So were there any questions anybody